Welcome to this deep stretch yoga practice. We'll work on all 7 chakras. My name is Joelle, and our first posture today will focus on your root chakra, coming towards deer pose with the right leg in front, forming 2 right angles more or less with the legs. You're always welcome to slide a yoga block or a cushion underneath the right hip. So taking a moment to find how it is that this pose is comfortable for you. And that might be sitting up tall, or it might be folding forwards any amount over that right leg. And once you've settled into the pose that is yours for today, you can think about closing the eyes, tuning into the breath. Lips are softly closed, and the breath flows freely and deeply in and out through the nose. Beginning to shift your way up out of this posture. Take a gentle twist towards the left, keeping the legs as they are. And then release, bring the hands behind the body to rock the knees out left and right a few times in a windshield wiper motion, before settling the knees over towards the left, now left leg in front for deer pose. Again, sitting up tall or folding forwards, you choose. Might be a very different experience on the second side. So our root chakra at the base of the spine is what helps connect us to the earth, associated with feeling safe, a sense of security. You might contemplate that as we hold a few more breaths. Feeling safe and secure. And then starting to lift out if you are folded forwards. And again, taking just a few gentle rocks of those knees from left to right. You can always hold a twist if you prefer. And we'll shift towards our next posture, focusing on the sacral chakra by stepping the right foot forwards into a low lunge. Left knee stays down, and your fingertips can be on the mat or resting on blocks or props. You can let the upper body melt over that right thigh. Perhaps again closing the eyes. Letting each exhale perhaps sink the hips a little bit closer to the earth. Let's take 2 more deep cycles of breath here. And then bringing that right foot back, coming to all fours. A few gentle rounds of cat-cow here, arching on the inhale, rounding on the exhale through the spine. Flowing with your breath. Once you're ready, stepping the left foot forwards for that low lunge. Again, taking a moment to kind of settle into it, to claim this posture as your own. And our sacral chakra, our second chakra, is located deep in the abdomen. It's associated with pleasure and creativity, a sense of play. It's also the chakra linked to your inner child. So you're welcome to find a little bit of playfulness here, maybe rocking a little bit side to side or taking little circles. Or you could simply hold still and breathe. Shifting your way back to come back to hands and knees. Very nice. We'll take a few more cat-cows just to shake that off. Let it go. Inhaling to arch, exhaling to round. And for our next posture, for the solar plexus chakra, we'll come onto our backs. So take your time getting there. Letting the soles of the feet find the mat and then lifting both knees in towards the chest before letting them fall over towards the left. So supine twist here. You might take your right arm out to the side, perhaps taking the gaze over that right shoulder. You could rest the left hand on top of the knees. Coming back to the breath, observing where you feel sensation here, with the upper body pointing towards the sky. Very gently bringing the knees back through center, hugging onto them, maybe taking a few circles with those knees, massaging the lower spine. And eventually your knees will fall over towards the right, opening up through that left arm, both shoulder blades grounded. Again, noticing any differences between the first and second side. With our solar plexus chakra, just above the navel, below the rib cage. This chakra is linked to your willpower, sense of action, that feeling and desire of lighting a fire within yourself. So it might help to imagine a flame just below the rib cage. And then returning the knees back to center, again hugging onto them, maybe taking a few circles. And then release hold of the knees. Roll your way over to lie on your stomach. We'll come to Sphinx pose now. So resting on the forearms, and the palms can be flat to the mat, or you might like to bring them together. Shoulder blades released and pulled together behind you. And this posture is focused on our heart chakra, right in the center of the chest. So imagining that area shining forwards, the link between the upper 3 and lower 3 chakras, that bridge where the physical and spiritual start to meet. So approaching this posture with love and compassion, radiating through your heart for a few deep breaths. Very slowly release the forehead towards the mat. Bring the fingertips of both hands just outside your mat, and we'll lift and lower the upper body a few times. Inhaling to lift up into cobra. Exhaling to sink back down. Again, just waking up the spine after that longer hold. And then eventually pressing the hands into the mat to lift your way back up. And we'll slowly shift towards a standing forward fold. Knees generously bent, upper body dangling. Keeping fingertips on the mat, holding opposite elbows, or maybe interlacing the fingers behind the head. And this dangling pose focuses on our throat chakra. So you might even like to give yourself a little neck massage here. Reflecting on the aspects this chakra is linked to: expression, truth, communication. Creating that space through which truth is able to naturally flow. Wonderful. Returning the fingertips to the mat if they weren't there already, to lower one knee and then the other. Widen the knees about as wide as your yoga mat, big toes together, reaching the hands forwards into child's pose. And once you've arrived, walking both hands over towards the right, bringing the stretch more into the left side of the body and resting the forehead down towards the mat, or you could bring a block underneath it. This twisted child's pose focused now on our third eye chakra, right between the brows. Deep breaths. And from here, slowly walking your hands over towards the left side of the mat now, switching sides. Sending your deep inhales into the right side of the rib cage, finding space between the ribs. Maybe feeling this in the hips and lower back as well. And that third eye chakra, your sixth sense chakra, linked to intuition, imagination. Just imagine yourself finding balance through today's practice, offering up some gratitude towards yourself as well. Very nice. Return the hands to center now, resting the forehead down just for a moment. And then walk the hands back to straighten yourself up, rolling over onto your back for our crown chakra posture. Soles of the feet to the mat, letting the knees fall in together, or you can take a more traditional shavasana by extending through the legs. Letting the palms of both hands turn upwards. Closing the eyes, stilling the mind. Crown chakra at the top of the head radiating upwards, linking you to a sense of an overall higher purpose and spirituality. Crowning the other 6 chakras with a sense of deeper knowledge and understanding. So I invite you to gift yourself a few moments of silence and peace. Bringing yourself back to the present moment through movement of fingers and toes, deepening of breath. Whenever you're ready, you can roll your way over to one side to return to any seated posture that feels good for you, closing the eyes for just a final moment. Maybe bringing the hands to prayer in front of the chest, observing how you feel. And I hope that this practice has brought you a sense of balance, a sense of openness. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day. Great job today. If you'd like to learn more about the 7 chakras and their healing impact on your life, then I think you're really going to like my complete guide to balancing your chakras. This is a 3-part interactive program where in part 1, you'll learn the basics and fundamentals for each of the 7 chakras. And then in part 2, you'll take a quiz that will help you understand which of your chakras may be out of balance. And armed with that knowledge, in part 3, you'll discover practical tips and everyday solutions you can bring into your life that will help you rebalance each of those chakras. You can purchase the guide by clicking the first link in the description box right below this video, and I'll also leave a link there for my completely free 7-day yoga challenge for the 7 chakras.
If you enjoyed this video, please do hit that like button, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so we can practice together again soon. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat.